Newmarket and Fergus, the Blues, trying and vying to get their hands on the Willie Chaplin Cup for the first time in 4 years since they last defeated Tulla in the fog of Killaloo. Lining out this afternoon with Kieran Devitt between the posts. The full back line is made up of Anthony Kilmartin in the right corner, Brendan Mullins at full back, and in the left corner Damien Mulcahy. The half back line consists of John McInerney in the right flank. Alan Barrett is at centre half back for Newmarket this afternoon, and partnering them in the half back line is Michael Melican on the other wing. Centre field is made up of Brian O'Donoghue and Martin O'Hanlon, while the half forward line consists of David Barrett, number 10. Centre forward is Martin Murphy, and the other half forward Darren Hayes. The tricky Newmarket full forward line this afternoon, trying to be a thorn in the Éire defence, consists of Ger Hannon in one corner, Robert Shanahan at full forward, and David Gannan in the other corner. Well, Éire from the town haven't been minor kingpins in Clare since 1993, but they're trying here in Rest11 to put things right this afternoon with Jamie Deniff between the posts. The full back line, Enda McNamara in one corner, Paddy Guilfoyle at full back, and Conor Considine partnering them. The half back line, Stephen Skelly one half back, John Brennan is centre half back for Éire this afternoon, while partnering them is Damien Coleman. The midfield pairing is Thomas Craven and Ronan Keane. The half forward line is Rory Halley at one flank. Conor McNamara is centre half forward, while Adrian Flaherty is also on the 40, and the full forward line, Niall Daly in one corner, David Gallagher wears number 14 for Éire this afternoon, while Owen O'Connell takes up the left half corner forward berth. Well, for many of the supporters making the way in here to Rosslevin this afternoon, pitch availability has been a major talking point. It was switched between 6 Mile Bridge, Cusick Park, but we finally have a fixture as both teams on the field and see them in an inclement pitch here in Rosslevin this afternoon. These sides have had major tussles down throughout the years. In the under-14 decider, Éire won it after a replay. 2 years later in the under-16 championship, again the town were champions, and they won that on a scoreline, winning by a point in the end. So a big crowd in Rosslevin expecting yet again another tight tussle between two sides which have been fairly elite in their age groups over the years, building up a very, very strong rivalry indeed. So Éire hoping to put things right as they have in the past against Newmarket and keep up to date their good record against today's opposition. And so then, just providing the insight for the big crowd here in Rosslevin today, we're also equipped with an electronic scoreboard down there, so there shouldn't be any confusion. Paddy Brennan then voicing final instructions to players and mentors alike as Éire try and grasp and get their hands on the Willie Chaplin Memorial Trophy for the first time in 9 years. Will Brennan's magic be enough for the town today? His counterparts Dermot O'Leary, Sean McInerney, Kevin Enright and Thomas McNamara hoping, however, to put a stop to that as Newmarket and Fergus for the first time in 4 years contesting a minor final and trying to be victorious. They're today missing an inspirational player, Padraig Collins, not named in the first 15. Collins, of course, was a big inspirational member of the Newmarket senior team all year. However, he has missed their last 4 games in that championship against O'Gonlow, Tulla, Kilmaley and 6 Mile Bridge in a game they lost in the county semi-final last weekend as Newmarket, the sleeping giant of Clare hurling at senior level, tried to come alive again. We're looking at maybe the future of the Rose Village down there in front of us. And so then this afternoon's referee for the Minor A County hurling final, Ambrose Hagney from Currafin. And so then both sides taking their place behind the infamous St. Patrick's Tulla pipe band here in Rosslevin. And this will get the hair standing up on the back of many of the players' heads, but nerves all a part of this as Paddy Collins leads over his side, and indeed Éire side getting ready as the crowd still pouring in the gate here. Rosslevin get behind both sides, and this is a memorable part of any minor final, and you can be sure from 1 to 15 both sets of players will remember this. And so then the gate's still open, a huge crowd here in Rosslevin this afternoon, as was expected. Well, if there's an advantage about coming outside county headquarters of Cusack Park, I suppose here in an enclosed pitch and a nice tight pitch in Rosslevin, one thing won't be missing this afternoon, and that's atmosphere. Two clubs known for their renowned vociferous supporters, and there's only a small strip of mesh between them and the action here this afternoon, so plenty of atmosphere from both sides. So then the parade is over, and now focus starts to set in on both camps as Éire and Newmarket have last gasp words to each other before Ambrose Hagney is ready to throw in the ball here. And the St. Patrick's pipe band leads off the field. Any moment now we should have our Ron Naveen. And then we're underway for the County Minor Hurling A final from 2002. And so moments away from the 2002 decider to see who will grasp the Willie Chaplin Cup for this year. Paddy Collins, the injury doubts are gone out the window now as he takes his place in midfield and tries to captain Newmarket to yet again another minor championship. Against him, however, Éire, the men from the red and white, another sleeping giant in Clare senior hurling. The game is underway. Ambrose Hagney throws in the ball, and Newmarket here in the first half playing from left to right and against a very small breeze. First to go back to collect it for them is their fullback Brendan Mullins. Mullins clears out to the stand side of the field. It's a big tussle between Robert Shanner, and up along with him there is Paddy Guilfoyle. Newmarket is still in the action. The ball goes down into the far corner, into their full forward line. Over there to collect it is a centre half forward for Newmarket, who's Martin Murphy. Murphy beaten to it, however, on this occasion by very staunch Éire defence and some hard hitting early on here in Rosslevin. Too many steps from the number 4 for Éire, who's Conor Considine. And so then referee Ambrose Hagney is the first free of the day, and coming over to take it for the men in blue and gold is Martin O'Hanlon. So then just under a minute gone, and already players getting to know each other here in the wind and the rain in Rosslevin as O'Hanlon strikes a nice ball, and that's as sweet as a strike you'll see. In any minor competition around the country, Martin O'Hanlon drawing first blood for the Blues, and so then Newmarket stretch into an early lead. 1 point for Newmarket, still no score for Éire. And the electronic records the score as Éire goalkeeper Jamie Denniff pucks a long ball out with the breeze to his back. Drops in around the centre half back for Newmarket, who's Alan Barrett. Barrett gets his shot away, only as far as Éire half forward, however, who is Adrian Flaherty. Flaherty's ball goes through. Newmarket defence, however, fairly resolute on this occasion. Centre half back shot, Alan Barrett blocked down there. Away comes O'Hanlon, his side's only scorer, however. Gets a long delivery down the field. In it goes to centre half forward Martin Murphy. Murphy has a look at the post, finds the sticks in that range. There'll be a big cheer in Rosslevin. It's gone in, however. It's a dangerous ball across the face of the goal, and there's a scramble here. The ball is in the back of the net, and Newmarket have rattled the onion bag early on. The scorer David Barrett, and Éire already fighting an uphill battle. A long delivery in from centre half forward Martin Murphy came across Jamie Denniff's goal, played back across by the full forward Robert Shanaher, and on hand was David Barrett to drill the ball past the whitewash and into the back of the net. And so then the score, Newmarket and Fergus 1 goal and 1 point. Éire still to score here in the Minor A final, as goalkeeper Jamie Denniff, beaten today for the first time at least, pucks a long ball out the field, and that travelled the bones of 75-80 yards. And there to get it is Robert Shanaher again for Newmarket. Plays a scoop ball right across the face of centre field towards Ronan Keane. It's a long ball forward in towards the Éire captain Niall Daly. Daly goes up, however he's beaten to it, and the full back Brendan Mullins clears ranging clearance down the field. Along it comes to a half forward for Newmarket, who's Darren Hayes. His shot is hampered, however, into Paddy Collins, the man who so much expectation relied upon to see if he'd start or not throughout the week. The ball travels down in towards David Gannan. Gannan trying to root his way through, does indeed. Out comes Jamie Denniff from his goal, clears it out. The ball has gone to the right and it's gone wide, despite the protestations from the crowd here. And so then early tempers flaring here in Rosslevin. Two teams getting to know each other in the opening moments. It's hot, it's fiery. Newmarket getting off to a dream start here and leading by 1 goal and 1 point to Éire's no score, as Denniff gets ready to puck out yet again another long and lengthy clearance from his goal mount. Down it comes towards the Éire half forward line, not getting much joy from Alan Barrett and his helpers in the early moments. But early moments it is, and so then the town with plenty of time to try and settle the nerves and get themselves back on terms here in Rosslevin, as Cora Kathleen set away with the early pace. So then I've got about 4 minutes gone on my clock. The ball delivered in towards the Éire half forward line, beaten to it again, however. Robert Shanaher is out there for the Blues. Shanaher clears the ball through in the stand side of the field, and number 14 for Éire is David Gallagher, who plays it out over the sideline. And so then we have a sideline chip for Newmarket and Fergus. Coming over to take it is their number 18, James McInerney. McInerney then sets his side in the ball, and that's a good sideline chip, and it'll go all the way into the full forward line. Out to collect it is centre half forward Martin Murphy, playing in at the full forward berth so far earlier on. Murphy tries to get the ball in hand, plays it back. Considine, however, gets it clear for Éire, and the ball again travels over to the stand side of the field and over the sideline. Connor Considine rather. So then Paddy Collins, yet again another very good sideline chip. In it goes towards the Éire full back, who's Paddy Guilfoyle. Ball comes out to Brian O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue can't get it up first time, hampered by the efforts of Adrian Flaherty, who clears the ball on the ground and nice and direct for Éire down the field. And there's a battle on here now between Owen O'Connell and Damien Mulcahy. Mulcahy is out to it. Some late pulling there. Referee Hagney waves play on. Centre fielder for Éire is Thomas Craven. Sends a ball down in towards his half forward line. A crossfield ball. Éire then come in search of an attack. It's well caught by Niall Daly. Inspirational figure for Éire in their senior campaign this year. And Niall Daly wins himself the free, and the Éire captain gives the town a chance to try and get on the scoreboard here and settle the early nerves. They seem to be jittery in some of the hurling they're doing, but Niall Daly on that occasion not found wanting. A good ball delivered in from their number 17 Fergal Brennan across to Niall Daly, who sets his sight on the sticks to try and draw blood for Éire here this afternoon. Daly then, as quietness looms down around Rosslevin. Ball on the hurley. It looks unfruitful, however, and Niall Daly flays his shot to the left of the goals and wide. And so then Éire still to get off the mark here in Rosslevin. But I think the instructions will be heard loud and clear from the Éire sideline. Ball in. Plenty to Niall Daly. Winning the first battle there off of Anthony Kilmartin. And ball against the wind travels out to the centre of the field. Centre half back for Éire Óg is John Brennan. Goes up for it. Some hard pulling around there. And stalemate is the word used. And Éire Óg here with a chance to attack again. The half forward line. Paddy Collins is in there for Newmarket. Good and direct down in towards number 7, Damien Coleman. Coleman is over there. Here comes Paddy Collins again. Ashgard and all trying to keep guide his, and well played indeed by centre fielder Thomas Craven. Strong centre fielder down towards that man again. Niall Daly running away from Anthony Kilmartin. Kilmartin swipes across him. Niall Daly, that's great defending from Anthony Kilmartin, and a rousing cheer comes up from the stand in Russellevin. And so then both Newmarket cornerbacks over there trying to put up a wall defence. Kilmartin and Damien Mulcahy. Niall Daly gets his shot in again, however. It's taken away on this occasion, however, by O'Hanlon for Newmarket, and eventually cleared out towards their centre fielder, who is Brian O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue beaten to it, however, on this occasion. Guilfoyle clears the ball for Éire Óg, a long way from his full-back position. Ball comes back in towards the Newmarket half-back line. There to collect it is John McInerney. McInerney shot is half-blocked in towards the centre of the field, where centre-forward Conor McNamara fails to clear. Thomas Craven is there, however, and gets a ball into the full-forward line. And in it travels, and there is cornerback for Newmarket, Damien Mulcahy. There's tugging on a jersey. It's a free in for Éire Óg, and Newmarket mentors and supporters alike incensed by that. There was some tugging going on there. So then Éire Óg with a second chance here, and Niall Daly it will be with his second opportunity, hoping to go one better than he did a few moments ago when he drove a ball to the left and wide of the post. This should be bread and butter for Niall Daly, however, a free taker with his calibre. And so then as referee Hagney points towards the sideline and literally puts mentors in their place. Daly, all eyes on the posts. Playing into the Tulla end of the ground here. And there's a Newmarket man gone down. It's hard to see who it is from here. But mentors Diarmuid O'Leary, Sean McInerney, Kevin Enright and Thomas McNamara shuffling about over on the sideline to try and get some attention into him. So then from here it could well look like John McInerney, who's the Newmarket halfback. Still to see what happened. It looks like he's clutching his hand. And so then Éire Óg and Newmarket players still sauntering around the field, not letting the coldness creep in. And it is a cold day, I can tell you, in Russellevin. And all the while, number 13 for Éire Óg and their captain Niall Daly keeps his eye on the posts to try and get his side's first score of this afternoon. So then, on the clock, just under 10 minutes gone. The score is still reading Newmarket at 1 goal and 1 point. Éire Óg no score. And even in these early moments, you can tell the kind of rivalry both these sides have enjoyed against each other throughout the years. Niall Daly then. 5 men stand on the line for Newmarket. Daly won't put the ball near him. He puts it over the crossbar, and so then the Town are on the scoreboard. And that could do a lot for jittering nerves here in the opening half, as Kieran Devitt for Newmarket will take his second puck out of the afternoon. So then Devitt against, well, a stiff breeze blowing into his face here. Steps up, pucks out the ball in towards the centre field, where it has to be said Thomas Craven is getting the better of the exchanges in the opening half. Ball comes back towards Alan Barrett. Barrett for Newmarket plays it through. There's their half forward line, who's Darren Hayes. Hayes' shot is blocked, and away comes Éire Óg number 9, who's Ronan Keane. A long ball forward. Devitt will come out from his goal. It's an opportunist chance, however, from Owen O'Connell for Éire Óg. The ball hopping around in there. Nobody knows quite what to do with it. Comes out towards their centre forward, who's Conor McNamara. McNamara, ball taken away from him. David Gallagher is over there at a very tight angle for Éire Óg. The ball won't come up, comes off of his shoe, and it screws out over the sideline. And so then Newmarket and Fergus let off the hook there in the early moments, and Éire Óg failing to capitalise on an early chance as their number 15, Owen O'Connell, raced in towards Kieran Devitt, who failed to make it out from his line in front of O'Connell. And Newmarket live to tell the tale. Ball out towards their halfback, who was the man I think down a moment ago, John McInerney. Plays it up towards Darren Hayes. Darren Hayes lets it forward and comes through eventually towards their number 8, who's Brian O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue in towards his full forward line. However, there to collect it for Éire Óg is Conor Considine. Constantine plays it down the field. That's a great direct ball from Conor McNamara, centre half forward. Nobody in the corner to get it, however. And while the direct ball does prove fruitful 9 times out of 10, a bit too much gusto on it on that occasion by Conor McNamara, centre forward. Kieran Devitt then, netminder for Newmarket this afternoon, taking another puck out. Again, the breeze hampers the slitter in mid-air. Drops again towards the centre field. Paddy Collins has it for Newmarket. The ball is on the stick from Paddy Collins. He's 40 yards out from goal, 35, approaching the 21. Collins, there's no one coming out to stop him. Plays a hand pass across the face of the goal. There to get it for Newmarket is full forward. And the full forward is Robert Shanaher. And 2 inter-county stars for Newmarket at minor level this year. Paddy Collins and Robert Shanaher linking up well. Collins was allowed roam with the ball, the most of 45 yards there, and that'll have to be answered from Newmarket or from Éire defenders if it happens again. Plenty of questions asked on that occasion. Ball played across the face of the goal from the hand pass by Collins into Shanaher's path and over the bar. And so then Newmarket leading now on a scoreline of 1 goal and 2 points to 1 point for the town. Over there to collect it is John McInerney for Newmarket. His shot is blocked by centre half forward for Éire, Conor McNamara. Still back there, however, for Newmarket is Damien Mulcahy. Mulcahy tries to root it out towards the sideline. Over is Alan Barrett. Alan Barrett races away with it for Newmarket. Plays a low ball in towards number 9, Ronan Keane for Éire. Keane takes it away from his opposing player. Plays the ball back again. John McInerney puts up the paw, collects it. Ambrose Hagney blows his whistle. McInerney's injured, has the ball in hand. Take your free, John, says the crowd. And so then Newmarket have a chance to clear their lines. Kieran Devitt racing out from his goal to try and take it. And so then Newmarket coping well, it has to be said, with Éire pressure back there in the early moments. And John McInerney especially playing a fine game on that left flank in the half-back line. Éire failing to capitalise on any ball going in towards their men standing on the 40. And remember, in these early moments, they do have the wind behind them. Ball comes downfield. Number 7 for Éire is Damien Coleman. He can't get his shot away. Comes out, however, towards Thomas Craven again. Craven plays the ball through, the centre fielder for Éire. Ball played forward again, however. In it comes towards Martin Murphy. A buzz of excitement when this man gets on the ball. Murphy tries to take it around his centre half back, John Brennan. Some tugging again. The ball cleared away by Brennan on this occasion, however. And down it comes towards the James McInerney for Newmarket. Plays the ball through. It's not controlled properly by Ronan Keane. Keane gets in the second occasion. His shot is half blocked. Up goes Paddy Collins. There's the hurley broken. Thomas Craven tries to get his shot away. It's blocked. Craven plays a direct ball into the centre field, and that's good direct hurling from Éire. It'll travel all the way down towards the number 15, Owen O'Connell. O'Connell at a very acute angle, however, and it's gone out, and O'Connell is well happy to leave it go out. The umpire puts up his hand, and we have a 65 out towards the centre of the field. And so then the race on there between Brendan Mullins and Owen O'Connell, all in vain for a finish, as the 65 given to the men from the town. John Brennan then, number 6 for Éire, rises the ball 65 yards out from goal. Hits it straight, hits it through. And that's as good as you want. And Éire are back in the scoreboard again. And the score now reading 1-2 to 2 points. And so just merely a puck of a ball between it. Fine strike from centre half back John Brennan, putting the 65 over the bar. And the game resumes on the far side of the field. Paddy Guilfoyle tries to come out and control it for Éire. It comes off of number 9's Hurley. Number 9 is Ronan Keane. And so then Newmarket have a chance here to try and get their attackers on the ball once more. Anytime the ball travels up that side of the field in the town end of Rosslevin pitch, they do look dangerous. Over there to take it is Paddy Collins. We've seen one superb sideline chip from Collins already in this half, or we're expecting another one, and he doesn't disappoint. Travelling a very, very dangerous ball in towards Colin Constantine, who blocks it out for Éire. Over there with him is Robert Shanaher. Shanaher again is happy to see the ball go out over the end line, and it's a 65. And so then umpire puts up his hand in Newmarket here, with a chance to try and put a bit of daylight between themselves and Éire from the dead ball position. With a stiff breeze, that won't be an easy thing to do, however. And so then Paddy Collins sets over this one. The angle isn't too much to toy with. The conditions are, however. Collins hits it a good welt. It's in towards the full forward line. Constantine again gets a hurley to it. And it's like deja vu as Conor Constantine puts the ball over the end line, and we have another 65. So then Collins attempting to repeat the dose here and throw the ball in towards the Éire full back line, putting themselves under again more pressure. He hits it with a bit more gusto on this occasion, however, but accuracy lets him down, and Collins sees the ball travel to the right and wide, and so still then 1-2 to 2 points for Newmarket. Goalkeeper Jamie Denif, ball in hand, looks up the field. He's got a fair welt of a ball, has the netminder for the town. And once again doesn't disappoint, puts the ball in towards the Éire half forward line. Up there to try and parry it down is Alan Barrett, taken away by Paddy Collins, coming more and more into the game here now for Newmarket at centre field, out towards John McInerney. A bit of indecision to see to who'll travel the ball down the field there between McInerney and Collins. Comes out to this side of the field, however. James McInerney goes down, sees his shot blocked, it goes out over the sideline. It's an Éire ball, however, didn't come off the hurley of the Éire man. And so then back to try and take the sideline chip is Damien Coleman, Éire half back line. Coleman playing on this side of the field here in front of the stand all afternoon with the yellow helmet. Places the ball on the side, tests the hurl. Coleman steps up. Well, of all the testing, it didn't do enough justice, as in comes a very burly attempt by the number 12 for Newmarket, who's Darren Hayes. Hayes releases the ball out towards his centre fielder, and number 9, who's Martin O'Hanlon. The ball cleared away on the second attempt, however, for Newmarket, and that's dangerous. It's going in towards Owen O'Connell and Mullins. The ball played across. Mullins doesn't dilly-dally with it. Out comes Owen O'Connell, has a look at the post. It's over the bar, and there's plenty of cheers from around the ground, and Éire have themselves back on a canter here. 1, 2 to 3 points Newmarket lead. Well, all from a sloppy sideline chip, they managed to regain their composure and put the ball between the sticks and put the ball over the bar, and now only 2 points separating the sides. Kieran Devitt then, in goal to Newmarket, has a quick wipe at the grip of the hurley and gets a new ball out of the bag for Newmarket. And Devitt's shot in towards centre fielder, and that's a good enough puck out to when one takes into consideration the conditions early on here. A collision between two Éire men as Martin O'Hanlon doesn't mind and puts the ball back down the field. It'll go in towards the cornerback Conor Considine. Ball comes out, however, on this occasion towards Martin Murphy. Murphy has a look at the sticks, and that's a good answer from Martin Murphy, or is it? It's in, however, there is some shuffling in there between Conor Considine and Newmarket corner forward Ger Hannon, I think. Whatever the case, it's going to be a free out. We thought from this angle that Martin Murphy might have sailed a slither between the uprights. However, the wind holding up the ball, and it travelled down in front of Dennis Goldmouth. Meanwhile, we have a substitution on the Newmarket team. Number 8, Brian O'Donoghue, leaves the frame. In comes number 17 for Newmarket, who's Bernard Gaffney, well able to hurl that lad. And out from the corner comes number 10, David Barrett, and he'll start in his original position on the 40 and on the flank. The ball travels down the field again. There to collect it for Éire is their number 12, Adrian Flaherty. Flaherty, the hurley taken away from his arms by John McInerney. A very tigerish display on that far flank by McInerney so far this afternoon. Is played across the face of the goal, however, in towards the Éire full forward line again. Niall Daly lets the ball drop. Owen O'Connell just can't get it up. Well, if he didn't cut his fingernails this morning, that one might have been over the bar or worse. O'Connell has a second chance, however, and O'Connell gets his second point of the afternoon, and Owen O'Connell really causing problems in there for the Newmarket defence. And so then Éire have themselves again on the scoreboard, and it's 4 points now to 1-2, and the solitary point separating the sides as Éire, faltering in the start of this match, managed to get their way back onto the scoreboard and back into contention for the Willie Chaplin Trophy early on, as there is 18 minutes gone on my clock, and Kieran Devitt has another puck out with just a point separating the teams. Éire will have to take advantage of the wind conditions in the first half as Thomas Craven goes up with Paddy Collins. A good ding-dong battle between two strong hurlers there so far this afternoon. Collins, that is, with the inter-county experience. However, Craven won't be found wanting for determination and heart. Ball comes out to this side where half forward Adrian Flaherty can't get rid of the ball. Craven plays the ball into his man again, who's Paddy Collins. Along comes a number 5 for Éire, who's Stephen Skelly. Skelly plays it down towards Niall Daly. Daly just trips up over the ball, and with him all the way on his back, as the man says, is Anthony Gilmartin. Across towards Owen O'Connell again, enjoying a bit of freedom in the early moments. O'Connell, he'll do well to score from there, however. Good incessant pressure from Brendan Mullen, and so the ball travels out to the right and travels wide. And so then Éire creeping their way back into this game as Higney again sends mentors towards the sideline of the field. Mentors and supporters alike, I'm sure, in Rosslevin would love to be as close as they possibly can to the action. However, no can do, says referee Ambrose Higney. That's what the fences and the benches are there for. And so then Kieran Devitt stands over yet again, another puck out. Devitt then for the men from Kathleen's Weir. The ball travels into the centre of the pitch. It's taken out of the sky by half-back, who's Stephen Skelly. Skelly plays the ball forward towards their number 17, brought into the fray, who's Fergal Brennan. Brennan for Éire plays the ball in towards Owen O'Connell again. O'Connell goes down over it. There with him, however, is Brendan Mullins. Owen O'Connell over towards the far sideline. Mullins is there and resolute, however, and the yellow helmet of Brendan Muzzle sweeps another clearance down the field. Up goes the hand of John McInerney. Hard pulling on the far flank there as John McInerney goes down. Along with him is a centre fielder for Éire, Ronan Keane. Keane gets the ball out towards this side of the field. Ambrose Hagney coming in the way. Well, the supporters might shout, but there's very little Hagney could do there. The ball played over his head, couldn't get out of the way, and fair and square, says the referee, and we're going to have a throw in. And it's about 45 yards out from the Newmarket defending goal. And well, one thing has to be said, we've already had 2 substitutes, 1 on each side here in this game, so mentors know the value of the Willie Chaplin Cup, and no dilly-dallying from both sides, as changes that had to be made are made. And so then, act now, ask questions later, I suppose, is the motto. Ball travels out towards the centre of the field. It'll come out towards Craven. Craven can't get it. There is Alan Barrett. He's had a good opening half as the centre half back for Newmarket. Ball travels in towards Paddy Guilfoyle. Paddy Guilfoyle plays the bat out, and they're playing a fine game, it has to be said, is Conor Considine this afternoon. Considine can't get away the clearance. He'll play it as far as his half back line. Considine will have to rush back over and try and evade the attempts of Martin Murphy, however. Murphy 21 yards out from a goal from the angle, and that draws a huge cheer from the crowd in Rosslevin. Martin Murphy knows where the posts are, that's for sure, and the centre half forward gets his side 3rd point of the afternoon and their 4th score, and Newmarket stretch their lead to 2 again. Newmarket and Fergus 1 goal and 3 points. Éire 4 points. And Jamie Denneff then, he's been faultless in the Éire goal, apart from the opening moments when Newmarket did manage to find the net, and that is telling the difference between the both sides here so far this afternoon. As back goes James McInerney, clears the ball out towards the centre of the field. It'll land towards their half-forward line, and Martin Murphy is fresh for a ball again. That's a fantastic hand pass right over the head of Thomas Craven into Paddy Collins. This is a great move here by Newmarket, some champagne hurling. Collins plays a low ball, it's well back by Thomas Craven in towards Paddy Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle plays it out towards his corner back into McNamara, and McNamara clears it out towards the centre of the field. The ball is there again, however, Newmarket centre fielder, and there's plenty of hurling being done here so far in the opening moments by him, and his name is Martin O'Hanlon. O'Hanlon at 21 plays across the face of the goal. It's not held by John Brennan. Comes in towards Martin Murphy again. Darren Hayes is on the ball. Hayes has the shot. The ball is in the back of the net, and Denneff is beaten for the 2nd time this afternoon. And again, the roar goes up that the Blues are back. And the scorer, Darren Hayes, number 12 for Newmarket. Well, in fairness, Jamie Denneff was blocked out by his full back line, and there's little they could do there. I don't know how Darren Hayes saw the gap, but he did and managed to whip the ball through it. And in over Denneff's hurley and into the back of the net for Newmarket, 2nd time this afternoon. However, dilly-dallying at the other end, we will not, and it's a chance for Éire. Good stop by Kieran Devitt, comes back out. Another good double stop by Devitt in the Newmarket goal. 2 chances there for Newmarket. 1 for the number 17, Fergal Brendan was. The ball has gone wide, and again a rapturous applause from the Newmarket supporters in the stand. Well, Kieran Devitt will gain hero status if those 2 attempted shots are kept out from goal in the Rose Village this afternoon. One thing has to be said as well, Éire took 2 shots there, so it's a sign of a good team when they can come back and respond. However, no score on the board, and still the score 2 goals and 3 points for Newmarket, 4 points for Éire. But a good, hard, tough game in the conditions here in Rosslevin, and apart from the scoreboard, in terms of possession at least, very little between the sides, and both sets of players not found wanting in hard stakes either. The ball comes out towards the full forward for Newmarket, who's Robert Shanaher. Shanaher's been kept quiet, it has to be said, in the early half. Éire doing their job on him so far. Newmarket win the sideline chip on this occasion. It's from an angle. Paddy Collins it was, I think, or was it Darren Hayes, their goal scorer, who wanted to take it quickly. It was actually David Gannan. Gannan races over towards the corner where he is positioned. And so then, as the rain starts to descend down on the field here in Rosslevin, Newmarket on the 14-yard line, and from a very acute angle take their sideline chip. Out comes Martin Murphy. Well, he's been the best Newmarket attacker in my book so far on show here in Rosslevin this afternoon. This shot, however, blocked down on this occasion by Ronan Keane. The ball comes back out, however, towards O'Hanlon, and Martin O'Hanlon plays the ball through. However, it travels out over the end line and wide. And so then still Newmarket lead, 2 goals and 3 points. 9 points on the scoreboard for them, 4 for Éire and 5 separating the teams. The ball will travel down towards Alan Barrett's Bert. Barrett puts up the hand, fails to hold it. Owen O'Connell is over there for Newmarket again. However, out falling in this time is Brendan Mullins, who's put the cash down on the Éire corner forward. And the ball has gone over the fence into the crowd and out for an Éire sideline ball. Adrian Flaherty stoops down over it. Ronan Keane is looking for a quick ball. Flaherty says no, has his eyes on the sticks, takes a sideline chip. It's a good one. That'll catch Kieran Devitt. It's gone in! It's gone all the way in! And Éire are back in this game. A good touch there. I don't know, did Niall Daly get a touch on it? We'll have to see. The flight of the ball evaded the attention of Kieran Devitt in the goal. And it's in the back of the net. Niall Daly it was who raced through. Adrian Flaherty playing the long sideline chip from the far side of the field. And we have a game again in Rosslevin. The score, Newmarket 2-3, Éire 1-4. And all of a sudden, just 2 points separating the sides from what was a 5-point gap for the Blues. Ball travels down between Paddy Collins and Craven. It goes over their head. Comes back into centre half back for Éire, who's John Brennan. A lengthy clearance down the field. In towards number 17, Fergal Brennan. Fighting all the way over there with cornerback Damien Mulcahy. Mulcahy tries to stoop down over the ball. Brennan has it again in his hand, however. The ball very, very close to the end line. Umpire not putting up any signals. There's a shamazel. Hagney says throw it in. You could equally say scrum it down. Hagney calling for the ball on the 21. The referee from Currafin. And so then Éire getting the tonic, or some might put it the lifeline that they needed on this bank holiday Monday. Some hard pulling in there. I think it was Alan Barrett. He's going to have his name taken by Hagney. Hagney looks at the number in his back. Ball thrown in. And such is the tension here in a minor final. The hurley of Alan Barrett knew no limits. Pulled straight across the Éire man, who's down on the ground actually. And so we'll see what Ambrose Hagney's action is here. I'd expect a yellow card to be flashed. Alan Barrett, who it has to be said is playing a fine game of hurling for Newmarket at centre half back. Yes indeed. He sees the side of the yellow card from the hand of Ambrose Hagney. And so then Barrett will have to concentrate on his hurling for the remainder of this match, which he's more than capable of doing. A quick look at the clock and it tells me that 26 minutes has elapsed in the first half in Rosslevin, and so then Newmarket still the leaders here. And you have to remember the wind is against them. And so then Alan Barrett giving away the free, which Niall Daly will come over and try and take. And this can put 1 point between the sides again. Daly steps up from the angle on the 21. And it's gone to the left and gone wide. And that could be costly for Éire. Just when they were clawing their way after Niall Daly's goal back into this match, Daly fails to capitalise from the free and 21 yards out from goals. And so then the indiscretion goes unnoticed on the scoreboard at least, as Kieran Devitt again has a quick wipe at the hurl. Plays a better ball this time out in towards the centre of the field. All Devitt's puck outs dropping in around Paddy Collin and Thomas Craven, not playing the flanks in the opening half at least. Ball travels in towards the Newmarket number 16, he's Paddy Collins. Over there, however, to try and give him plenty of attention is Enda McNamara. Martin Murphy plays a dangerous ball in towards the goal. And if it's out from the goal, this could be very dangerous. The ball hops along. Paddy Guilfoyle just scoops it out over the sideline, and it's a 65. Well, it took a ricochet off the hurl of Robert Shanaher, I think it was. Jamie Denif went unsighted. Ball gets stuck in the mud and out for the 65. Paddy Collins then, with his third 65 of this game this afternoon. Steps down over the ball. Plays a dangerous one through towards Robert Shanaher. There's a call for a wide ball from the Éire full back line. It hasn't travelled all the way wide, however. And that man again, Martin Murphy, is out to collect it. Sprays the ball across the face of the goal. And as he does so, Éire collect and are about to deliver a clearance. It's the half-time whistle, greets it, however. And so then Ambrose Hagney's half-time whistle in Rosslevin, drawing to a close what has been a hard-fought and a keenly contested first half, and a very, very good opening half indeed as well to the Minor A County final. It's Newmarket the leaders as they trot to the dressing rooms here in Rosslevin. Newmarket 2 goals and 3 points. Éire 1 goal and 4 points. And so then Ambrose Hagney throws in the ball, and we're underway for the second half here of the Minor A County hurling final. As Thomas Craven has the first attack for Éire, and within seconds Craven's shot goes to the left and wide, and so Éire Getting straight into the thick of things here early in the second half, and so then at half time, and as the score remains at the moment, Newmarket leading on a 2-point scoreline. It's 2 goals and 3 points for Newmarket and Fergus. Éire 1 goal and 4 points. And so then the man down for Éire, Owen O'Connell, receiving attention from the mentors there on the sod in the early moments of this second half as tempers flare. David and gets ready to take the puck out for Newmarket. The wind behind him in this half, and David floats it down in towards his centre fielders. Out to collect it is Martin Murphy again. Murphy playing a blinder for the Blues today, puts the ball into the far corner where number 17 running out forward for Newmarket is Bernard Gaffney. Gaffney sends a ball across the 40. Out to collect it is Martin O'Hanlon. O'Hanlon puts the ball on stick and races towards the goal and finds the sticks, and Martin O'Hanlon draws first blood of the second half, and it's gone Newmarket's way. The white helmet midfielder with the athletic stride, Martin O'Hanlon, number 9 for Newmarket, getting a vital score for the Blues here, and now they lead again by a goal. And while it's only a puck of a ball, some daylight between the teams in the second half as Newmarket race into a 3-point lead and win the wind and the rain to their backs. Keeper Jamie Deniff pucks out the ball, travels into the centre of the field. Back there to collect it is Martin Murphy for Newmarket. Murphy on a solo run, 40 yards out from goal, bearing down on the 21. Still Martin Murphy goes forward. And what a start to the second half for Newmarket and Fergus. Number 11, Martin Murphy, raising the white flag again. And Newmarket leading by 4 points now on 2-5 for Newmarket, 1-4 for Éire. Goalkeeper Jamie Deniff poking the ball out. Well, Newmarket have got off to a very, very sprightly start in this second half. And do Éire have any combat for it? Still Newmarket rage on downfield. Ball travels up towards Paddy Guilfoyle. Out to collect it, however, is the cornerback Conor Considine. Considine plays the hand pass, or there is Conor Considine in the ball now. Number 2 to clear it was in fact Enda McNamara. It looks like some hard pulling there on the 40, and referee Ambrose Higney, what's he going to do with this one? He's going to throw the slitter in between both Éire and Newmarket. And stooping over it is Robert Shanaher, plus the halfback for Éire, who's Stephen Skelly. Forward goes Martin Murphy again, and Martin Murphy creating a lot of space for himself in the second half, as he did in the first half. Ball comes in towards Bernard Gaffney, has a crack at it. Robert Shanaher, it's the ball, it's in the back of the net eventually. Well, some people might say they made hard work of it, but it's there now. And number 13, the scorer for Newmarket and Fergus, is Ger Hannon. And all of a sudden, the Blues race into a tear-away lead. Well, they've started this second half like they've done no other. And Éire have had absolutely no answer for the incessant pressure since both teams came out since the interval. And Newmarket all of a sudden in very much the driving seat here now in Rosslevin since the half-time break. They lead with that goal coming from Ger Hannon on a scoreline of 3-5 to 1 goal and 4. Jamie Deniff then gets ready to puck the ball out for Éire. Well, how games can turn, and the tide has most certainly turned in favour of Newmarket against Éire. 1 goal and 2 points without reply in the second half for Newmarket. Paddy Collins has his free, 70 yards out from his goal. And number 11, Conor McNamara, protesting with referee Ambrose Higney, saying there was some dissent after the free was given there from Collins. Higney's not interested, however, and over comes Bernard Gaffney, substitute early in the first half, stepping over this ball. Gaffney then in direct line with the slitter, and still John McInerney and number 12 for Éire, Adrian Flaherty, getting to know each other as they pass out Gaffney. So then Gaffney, what a strike this would be. On the halfway, in fact, rises it, has a fair crack at it. It was never going between the sticks, however, and it travels to the left and wide. Well, Éire need something quick. And that said, we're still only 5-6 minutes into the second half, but it has been an absolutely lightning start for Newmarket in the second half. And that goal by Ger Hannon coming straight at the end of 2 unanswered points by both Martin O'Hanlon and inspirational centre forward Martin Murphy. And all of a sudden Éire really under the cosh. Ball comes upfield. Conor Considine playing out of his skin for Éire in that full back line, it has to be said, this afternoon for Éire. Clears the ball out towards centre field. There to collect it, however, and send the ball back downfield for Newmarket and Fergus was James McInerney. and McInerney's shot goes out to the right and wide, and so then the pressure holds off for the moment at least. And Éire may be caught in a tailspin here. Do they know where they are? As Jamie Denneff comes up to puck out the ball from the edge of his area, and he fares a bit better than Devitt did in the first half against the wind. Or is the wind holding off a bit in Rosslevin? He travels the ball down in towards his half-forward line. They lose it, however. Comes back up. Number 5 for Éire is Stephen Skelly. Tries to get rid of his shot. It's well blocked down by Newmarket forwards, however. Paddy Collins is over there, coming more and more into this game in the second half now. Collins gives away the sideline on that occasion, and it will be an Éire ball. And so then Éire here down on a scoreline of 3 goals and 5 points to 1 goal and 4 points. And so then their cornerback, who is Enda McNamara, stands over this ball at the far side of the field and tries to release the pressure on his side once more. McNamara takes the cut. He'll have to go straight back in towards Robert Shannon, who's left unmarked inside, or Bernard Gaffney in fact. We have another sideline ball, and it's for Éire again, and they move that a few steps closer towards their own goal. And this time stepping over it, it looks like Ronan Keane. Ball travels straight down into their full forward line. This is Keane in fact onto it. Niall Daly tries to race forward, still has the ball in hand, plays it out towards Thomas Craven. Craven has a look at the goals. It's a point for Thomas Craven, and it could be a valuable one. And Thomas Craven, who done a lot of horsing in the first half, and well, with no offence to the player, really done a lot of donkey work, and that's what wins matches. Thomas Craven shows that he has hurling too, puts that ball straight between the uprights, the strong centre fielder, and at the same time tries to arouse on his teammates and colleagues as Kieran Devitt steps from the edge of his square and drills a ball 70 yards from his own goal with the puck out travelling down the field. Up goes the hand of Martin O'Hanlon, can't grasp it over there to help him is an equally impressive Martin Murphy. Pulls the ball in towards the corner. Comes back out, however, and Éire tried to clear their lines once more. Adrian Flaherty goes over, gets one hand to it. Owen O'Connell plays it over his head. Martin O'Hanlon on the far side of the field tries to play a ball forward. It's well blocked down, however, by Éire half-back Damien Coleman. Travels forward again, however, and that'll go all the way in towards Bernard Gaffney's corner. Gaffney has it on the stick. Now he's got men outside here. There's a race on as Bernard Gaffney tries to go through. The referee blows his whistle. The linesman's flag is up. Newmarket are incensed. Bernard Gaffney in no way feels he was over the sideline there, but the whistle is blown and back we go as Enda McNamara races over. And we'll have an Éire sideline ball to try and relieve the pressure from themselves. So then 6 points separating the sides, 3-5 to 1-5. 2 pucks of a ball. It's very, very retrievable in any game of hurling. As Enda McNamara steps up, 21 yards out from his own goal, takes a sideline shape, only comes as far as Martin Murphy. They're going to have to put someone down on top of Martin Murphy, I feel. Ball travels in towards the full forward line. Over there to help out his defence is Enda McNamara. Straight back over after taking a sideline ball. Comes out to this side of the field only towards John McNamara. McNamara has a look at the post. Is travelling to the left. Do the umpires like it? They're putting up the flag. It's over the bar. And John McInerney all the way from left half back puts the ball between the uprights and over the bar, and Newmarket stretched their lead to 7 in Rosslevin. Keeper Jamie Denneff takes the ball out the field. Thomas Craven, his side's only score in this second half, sprays the ball across the face of the goal. Over there it goes. Number 9 is Ronan Keane. Keane can't get it up first time. Back to collect it, however, is James McInerney. McInerney plays the ball out from his own goal. Up towards a goal scorer in the first half, Darren Hayes. Hayes is there with Conor Considine. Some schmozzling going on there and just around the midfield. Back to collect it is Conor Considine. Considine plays it through. Very, very tough cornerback play from the Éire number 4 with the red helmet. Plays the ball in towards his half forward, and Thomas Craven goes up, gets a vital touch onto it, and it goes towards Brendan Mullins. And onto it come Éire. They're racing forward here. Out comes to Niall Daly. Éire are back in the match. The ball to the back of the net. It's been a ding-dong battle all afternoon, and Niall Daly ensures that it will continue as one as he rattles the onion bag past Kieran Devitt's goal. There's nothing the keeper could do about that. A lot has to be said, however, for number 16, the Éire man, Colm O'Callaghan, introduced in the second half, who picked that ball up, raced forward after it did get a touch from the number 17, Fergal Brennan, but on hand was Niall Daly to power it past the Newmarket netminder. And all of a sudden 4 points separating the sides again. On the far side of the field we have Martin O'Hanlon has a look at the goal. This will be a great answer to that strike. And well, no better man than Martin O'Hanlon to do it. And again, the crowd agreed a good score by Martin O'Hanlon with a rapturous applause in the stand. And it's a sign of a good team when they concede a score at one end of the field to go back up and answer it with one of their own. As Dinif's ball travels to this side of the field, it's not controlled by the half-forward Éire, or for Éire, who's Adrian Flaherty. Had more time than maybe he thought. Well, that score by Martin O'Hanlon usually stems the tide. Very hard for a team when they're getting back into a match and scoring a goal, as Éire did there, and to see your work wasted and cancel at the other end of the field, as O'Hanlon has done with his point. So then 3-7 to 2-5, Newmarket and Fergus lead. Is the Willie Chaplin Cup going back into Kathleen's Weir this evening? A ball played forward and it's going to go out over the sideline, or is it? Yes, it is. Bernard Gaffney makes a leap for it and nearly takes the linesman out at the same time, but it's going to be a sideline ball, and a sideline ball for Éire. John Brennan is the man going over to take it, takes it quickly. Ambrose Higney says a bit too quickly for his liking. Players weren't back the required yardage from the ball. And so then John Brennan is going to step up and have another snap at this one from the far side of the field. And Brennan does. It's a more direct route to goal this time. Only into the hand, however, of Paddy Collins, who'll play it all the way back down the field and in towards the Newmarket full forward line. Darren Hayes, was there a nudge in the back there? Well, Higney says no. Hayes getting the benefit of the doubt on that occasion. Ball played through. Bernard Gaffney. Gaffney racing forward with the ball, plays the ball in the hurley. It didn't touch the hurley, says referee Ambrose Higney, and to be honest, I don't think it did. And so then Gaffney concedes the free, and he's no qualms with it. Well, he has made his name felt in this game since he has been introduced. Bernard Gaffney playing a fine game in the forwards there for Newmarket and causing plenty of trouble in that far corner. And so then Éire breathe a sigh of relief on this occasion, as out from the goal comes our keeper Jamie Dinif to take the free out. 21 yards from his net. He's got a big puck of a ball, this fella. Dinif steps forward. The wind holds it up on this occasion, however. It will race into Ronan Keane's hands, however. Keane comes away from the evading challenge of Martin O'Hanlon, plays a dangerous ball in. Kieran Devitt is happy to leave it go over his post and wide, however. And so then the crowd beginning to pipe up and get behind both camps here. It's Newmarket in the driving seat at the moment. Éire making some inroads after the early second half pressure, however, as O'Hanlon comes away, plays the ball through towards Jamie Dinif's goal. Dinif puts up the hand and collects it well. The Éire keeper bustles his way out from his net and plays the ball to the stand side of the field. Over there to collect it is Adrian Flaherty. Into the hand for Flaherty, watched all the way by John McInerney, plays a crossfield ball into the far corner. Out to collect it is Owen O'Connell. O'Connell takes it past Martin O'Hanlon, has a look up and plays a good ball through into the full forward line. There's plenty of room there, but the first man to it is going to be Alan Barrett, and Barrett for Newmarket over there to win it for the Blues. Takes the hand pass out from the defence. Back to collect it, however, is number 16 for Éire. His name is Colm O'Callaghan. Had a big say in the Éire goalkeeper, or the Éire goal a few moments ago. Plenty of scrapping going on around there in the middle of the field. The ball blocked down again, and Éire coming forward of a search once more. Thomas Craven had the ball under his armpit, has a look at the goal. That's into the hand of Kieran Devitt, hops out of his pan, but Devitt does enough to stop the score and gets a cheer from the crowd as he clears the ball out the field over to the far side of the field. Into McNamara is there for the men from the town. McNamara tries to play it over. Martin O'Hanlon does on this occasion, plays it forward. Conor McNamara now for Éire. The town coming back into this match. McNamara races forward, has a look at the goal. Is it going to go all the way? It is. It's over the bar, and Éire are back in the match again. And so then 4 points separating the sides once more. Well, it has been an enthralling game of hurling, as good as the minor final and as good as the spectacle you can see for Clare hurling. And with their never say die attitude coming back into the match as Kieran Devitt pucks out the ball. It lands right here at the stand side of the field. Paddy Collins, not much room to manoeuvre a swing there, Collins. It does get a shot away, however, in the end. Comes down towards the centre half back, who's John Brennan. And Brennan sees it go over his sideline and out for a sideline ball. John Brennan, Éire centre half back. He's actually taking it himself. This is going to be an Éire ball. Newmarket are not too happy to say the least at that. Robert Shanahan comes back from the ball. Éire take a quick one. Conor Considine, the ball is blocked in there by Martin Murphy, and it's gone out for another Éire ball. And one will wonder what was the benefit of taking the quick sideline ball there. And he's told by some of his own teammates give it more direct, because in turn they're actually after going back 5 yards from where they had the original sideline. So John Brennan steps up this time. Meanwhile, before Brennan takes it, we have a substitute coming into the fray for Newmarket. I can tell you the man leaving the fray is Ger Hannon, and in with the knee support is number 21 for Newmarket, and he is Eric Murray. Murray will race forward towards this one. Martin Murphy's there first, however. Martin Murphy plays the ball out towards Paddy Collins. Collins has a look at the sticks. His shot is blocked down by Ronan Keane, however. Away come Éire again. Ball travels forward. Adrian Flaherty, the right half forward, plays the ball downfield. Out there to collect it is Niall Daly. Daly is dangerous when he's on the ball, if they can get enough of it to him. Conor McNamara plays the low ball down towards Ronan Keane. Now here come Éire. They're on the 40-yard line. Keane takes it past John McInerney. Keane still going forward. There's 3 Newmarket men over to collect him. He won't beat them all on his own, and Newmarket will just simply come away with this one. Anthony Kilmartin it is who clears it down the stand side of the field. Over there to collect it, some hard pulling from John Brennan. That ball won't travel over the sideline, or will it? No, it's kept in play by Niall Daly. Across the centre of the field it goes towards Adrian Flaherty. Flaherty, a direct ball into his full forward line. Keane puts up the hurley, gets a touch to it. Thomas Craven battling there with Alan Barrett. Craven pulls in the ball, out it comes this side of the field, and Niall Daly is there. Out comes Alan Barrett. There's some hard pulling down there, and it's a stalemate situation. Out it comes to Conor McNamara. He'll have a look at the post. It's a great block down by Paddy Collins. Martin O'Hanlon comes to meet him. However, Conor McNamara is going through, tries to kick the ball forward. The ground is being made, but Newmarket are back there again. Brendan Mullins wins the free, and Newmarket roar their approval. And Brendan Mullins, that last line of defence for Newmarket, throwing his shoulders forward like a stone wall, he wins himself the free. Éire, meanwhile, are bringing another substitute into the match, I can tell you. Over comes their number 21, who's James Gallagher, and Gallagher comes in at the top of the left, and leaving the fray after coming in Fergal Brennan. So then James Gallagher into the match for Éire to try and turn the tide away from Newmarket. And so then Kieran Devitt with the free, won by Brendan Mullins on his own 21, sends the ball down the field, travels all the way down to the far corner. Out there to collect it is Martin O'Hanlon after Éire batted the ball away from their lines, plays it through to Bernard Gaffney. Gaffney has space, he's at a very tight angle here. Plays the ball across the face of the goal, comes in. Éire stand up to the pressure. Out it comes to an unmarked Paddy Collins, however, who has a look and sends the ball between the uprights without further ado. And for a player like Paddy Collins, that surely would be done in his sleep. Left unmarked there, Paddy Collins, and you can't do that. And so Newmarket then stretch their lead once more. So then the puck out taken down the far side of the field, where Owen O'Connell gets himself the free. So Paddy Collins gets his side's 8th point this afternoon, as just when Éire were beginning to claw their way back into the game. Éire, of course, with 2-6 on the scoreboard for themselves against 3-8 for Newmarket. Meanwhile, centre half-back John Brennan steps over this one. It's a low one, travels in towards Owen O'Connell. The ball and the bounce of it beats O'Connell. Over there to collect it, however, is James Gallagher, brought into the action a few moments ago. Quick on the ball, Gallagher. Over there to collect it, however, is his opposite number for Newmarket, also brought in a few moments ago, and that is Eric Murray. Murray clears his lines, however, it'll be a sideline ball for Newmarket. They lead on a score line of 3-8 to 2-6, so 5 points separating the Town and the Blues. Adrian Flaherty over from his opposite flank to try and whip in this sideline ball. Big men like Thomas Craven waiting in around the square. Newmarket are men who come out with it, however, and win themselves the free out, and it was number 18 who won it, James McInerney. Playing a good game in the Newmarket defence this afternoon. And in fact, the Newmarket defence has been fairly solid all evening here in Rosslevin. And so then Kieran Devitt takes the puck out for Newmarket, or the free out as it is. It'll travel all the way down towards Darren Hayes. Beaten to it on this occasion, however, by John Brennan. Ball comes out towards Paddy Collin, and Paddy Collin gets his 2nd point in as many minutes. And maybe the heart is seeping out of the Éire game now. There's 21 minutes gone, excluding injuries on my clock, and Paddy Collins gets his 2nd point of the 2nd half, and so then Newmarket stretching now to a 6-point lead. 3-9 for Newmarket, 2-6 for Éire. Ball travels down to the far side. Anthony Kilmartin has it. Kilmartin comes away. We see the belt on the elbow, I think it was, for his troubles. Éire failed to retain possession, however, and Brendan Mullen's shot is blocked down by Niall Daly. It skitters up into the air like a Garryowen. And coming away for a finish is Alan Barrett. And Barrett sends a long ball down the field, in over the head. I was going to say if Enda McNamara would go, but it didn't. McNamara equal to the challenge of the flighted ball. Hand passes it to Paddy Guilfoyle. But Guilfoyle's side have themselves a free. John Brennan, centre half back, steps up to take it. Whips the ball into the half forward line. Slipping over there is Owen O'Connell. And James McInerney has the ball in the paw. Releases clearance. Travels down the field. Adrian Flaherty puts up a hurley. Does enough to take it away from Paddy Collins. Down it comes towards Thomas Craven. Thomas Craven sends a dangerous ball through, but there's no one there to collect it. Well, Craven does look dangerous when he's on the ball. And once you feel maybe they should give more ball into the hand of the centre fielder playing in a centre half forward position in this second half. Harmless enough effort on that occasion, however, and the ball travels out to the right and wide. And so then cornerback Anthony Kilmartin, after being injured there, is back up on his feet and ready to play his part in the rest of this game as the ball travels down the field. There to collect it is Martin Murphy. Murphy gets his hand passed away. Over there to collect it, however, are the Éire defenders. Ball comes out to this side of the field where James Gallagher has it. James Gallagher's clearance travels down the field. There's no one in there, however, or is there? Ronan Keane. Out comes Brendan Mullins again. Listen to the cheer when Mullins gets this away. Indeed he has. All the way down to his opposing full-back, who's Paddy Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle goes up with the bat. It's cleared by Conor Considine out to the far flank of the field. Running for it's Damien Coleman. Coleman's over there. And Eric Murray does enough to relieve the pressure off of his forwards. And Newmarket have themselves a sideline ball. Going over to take it is Paddy Collins. As the surface here in Rosslevin gets wetter and wetter as the rain begins to fall down on it, making the ball slippier. And that could prove a difficult enough task for both sets of defence as Paddy Collins sets his sight on goal here for this sideline chip. About 35 yards out from goal, has a look at the post, sends a ball across the face of the goal. And as good a sideline chip as it is, it doesn't play a part in the game and it goes out to the left and wide. Meanwhile, in the Éire goalkeeper, Jamie Denniff is ready to take out the kick. Meanwhile, Newmarket are bringing another man into the fray. At the far side of the field, Hagney holds up the play. And the goal scorer in the first half, Darren Hayes, makes his way for the substitution. And it's number 20 who's in for Newmarket. And that's Darren McCormack. Ball sent down this side of the field. In towards John Brennan. Brennan can't get the sliotar up first time. Dawdles on it a bit, John Brennan. Manages to get it away in the end, and he's racing forward the centre half back. Plays a hand pass out to the far side of the field where Niall Daly one-handed tries to control it. He's taken out of the game on that occasion by Anthony Kilmartin, who has been fairly equal to the task of manhandling Niall Daly in this second half. Kilmartin concedes the free, and so Éire have a chance to put another score on the scoreboard. Well, the electronic scoreboard says there is 4.5 minutes left of normal time in this game, and we do wish the man with the umbrella would situate himself somewhere else, and we might all get to see the score. But I can tell you behind that umbrella it does say that Newmarket have a lead of 6 points. I can tell you now that that's down to 5. The free gone over the bar, and so then Niall Daly puts 5 points between the sides with the point, and it's now 3-9 for Newmarket and Fergus. 2 goals and 7 points for Éire as Kieran Devitt takes the puck out. The ball lands down around the centre of the field. Away comes Bernard Gaffney again. Gaffney with the ball in a hurley, plays a low ball into his full forward line. Out to collect it is Robert Shanaher. Eye on goal. Shanaher, well, it's gone over the bar. It could have been good night, Irene, for the Éire defence there if that ended up in the net. Having said that, it still remains as a score, and the ball goes and flies over Jamie Deneff's crossbar, and Robert Shanahan gets his side's 10th point of the match, and they lead now on a scoreline of 3 goals and 10 points to 2 goals and 7. 6 separating aside as Éire bring in another substitution, and he's going to try and add to their attack. Ronan Keane races across the field. Number 10 for Éire into the fray is Rory Halley. Halley, who didn't start in the game, and Ronan Keane makes way. Ball goes to the far side of the field. Adrian Flaherty is over there to take it. Flaherty takes it around Martin Murphy and plays the ball right into Halley. Ball goes over his head, however. Thomas Craven in a race now with Alan Barrett. Craven shuffles Barrett out of the way, tries to get a ball into the defence. Brendan Mullins is equal to the task, however, and sends a ball out to his half-forward line. Out there to collect it is number 10 for Newmarket and Fergus, who's David Barrett. Sends a ball down the field. Martin Murphy races for this one again, and Murphy with the ball in the hurley. Tries to take it past Enda McNamara and does. And Murphy from an acute angle. It flies across the goal mouth of Jamie Deniff. Deniff has the ball in his hand, however. And Newmarket attackers are there to put the pressure on. And as they say, your defence starts from your corner forwards. And Newmarket applying that theory on this occasion. Éire, however, win themselves the free. As Jamie Deniff took the quick free, Robert Shanahan wouldn't step back from the ball. Well, Deniff has managed to get his team the 10 yards. And so then, Éire come in search of something, and something quick. 2 minutes and a half of normal time left in this game. The ball travels forward towards Thomas Craven, pulls on it in towards Rory Halley. The ball cleared out, however, from the resolute Newmarket defence. Plenty of banter, I can tell you, going on between the Newmarket defence and Éire attack. Off the ball cleared down this side of the field where David Barrett has it for Newmarket and gets another clearance up the field. And Barrett sees the ball travel all the way through to Shanahan. Shanahan plays the ball over the head, and in it goes, and number 20 racing forward, Darren McCormack. McCormack and Gaffney beaten to it on this occasion, however, by Conor Considine. Travels forward, Adrian Flaherty doesn't put up the hand, only comes into David Barrett's pat. Barrett plays the ball forward, and Deniff will watch that go over his end line and wide. And so then time ticking away, a wide at this stage of the match, maybe as good as a score for Newmarket. Meanwhile, Éire bringing another player onto the field. And if I'm not mistaken, that's a man they bought off a few moments ago, and indeed it is. And that is their number 9, who's Ronan Keane. And making his way off the Éire team is Stephen Skelly. Now, Adrian Flaherty gets a belt from Paddy Collins, and referee Ambrose Hagney holds up the game. A clash between both Adrian Flaherty and Paddy Collins, calling in attention from the sidelines referee Hagney. Collins, however, is fit to play his part in the resumption of the game and receives a big cheer from the Newmarket crowd. Meanwhile, away from the ball, I can tell you that Paddy Guilfoyle, Éire full-back, is coming up into their full-forward line, and Thomas Craven is going to go back into their full-back line. So maybe some desperate chopping and changing. It won't bother Newmarket, who come racing away here. Paddy Collins, he was on the side a moment ago. Is he going to set up an attack on this occasion? Conor Considine puts out the hand and puts a halt to that attack. However, it's played through. Ball cut out from Robert Shanahan by Enda McNamara. McNamara tries to weave his way out of the defence, plays a hand cross across to Conor McNamara. They're fighting amongst it there, I can tell you too, is James Gallagher. And who has it? Ball goes in. Number 20 for Newmarket and Fergus is Darren McCormack, pulling hard on it with Damien Coleman. The ball cleared out over the sideline. It'll be a Newmarket sideline ball. Only seconds of normal time remaining here. And unless Éire can pull something miraculous out of the hat, I think the Willie Chaplin Memorial Cup from the late great 6 Mile Bridge stalwart is going to travel all the way into Newmarket this evening. And what celebrations there will be in the Rose Village. The ball comes out to the far side of the field. Stooping down over it is Conor McNamara. He's beaten to it, however, by number 10 David Barrett. Plays the ball into the corner. Racing forward is Martin Murphy. If he gets a score, it's well deserved. My man of the match this afternoon, Martin Murphy. Racing away from Thomas Craven. Murphy plays the ball across the face of the goal. It's back out again by Robert Shanahan. Murphy still going forward. No fear, this lad. Plays the ball forward with the boot. Éire defenders back there in numbers, however. Conor McNamara tries to play a ball out, so too John Brennan. Eventually comes to Damien Coleman. His shot is blocked. Some untidy hurling back there in the conditions. Comes out eventually towards Shanahan. And who's going to get rid of it first? It is Conor McNamara. Goes all the way as far as Martin O'Hanlon. Hanlon stoops down over the ball. Well, he's hurling like a hare this afternoon, Martin O'Hanlon. He plays a long ball in. It's gone to the left and wide. The crowd underneath me in the stand thought it was over the bar, and it would have been the insurance point for Newmarket, as we are over the full-time limit and just injury time left to play. And whatever Ambrose Hagney takes to his fancy to play in the Minor A County Hurling Championship final of 2002. Newmarket soaking up the pressure with Paddy Collins. Plays the ball in towards his full-forward line. The seconds beginning to tick away, and Kathleen's Weir will be a happy place tonight as Bernard Gaffney races past the defender. Is this good night? It's a great save by Jamie Deniff in the goals. Comes back outside. Martin Murphy has it. Be a man who deserves the goal, Martin Murphy. The ball bounces in the mud back there, and Conor Considine tries to get a half a clearance onto it. John Brennan, centre half back for Éire, does get a clearance onto it. Comes into the centre of the field. Ronan Keane can't hold onto it. Rory Halley is there for Éire. Back comes Paddy Collins. He's played a blinder, thumb or no thumb. The crowd very close to the sideline down there, and Paddy Guilfoyle sees it go over the end line and wide. Some horsing around between both sets of players.
And well, there's little room for that at this stage of the game. Hagney blows his whistle, has a laugh. Well, I think some tempers beginning to flare on the Éire Óg side. Are they a beaten team? Paddy Collins will take the sideline chip. And we're just moments away now from the conclusion and from the moment where Newmarket will be declared county champions. They are! And so then, the Blues most certainly back, gaining the Willie Chaplin Cup for the first time in 4 years. It's been a long, long year. I can tell you as well, they have a 100% record in hurling this year in Clare at minor level. They were declared a league champions back in a wet May when they defeated Cratloe down in 6 Mile Bridge in the minor A League final. Today it's Éire Óg who's fell to the Blues. And a long, long year of hard slog, hard running in the mud and the rain down there in Newmarket pays dividends in the end as they're declared county champions. And so then, on a final scoreline of 3 goals and 9 points for Newmarket and Fergus, 2 goals and 6 points, Newmarket the champs.
Accorda Gael a winter Éire Óg Inish agus a winter Cora Kathleen is mílam I dosach bar wekas agus cogardagus ará dus na gáforna as doctor cléthe úntaach sport óla bhí again an Tranona. Is mílam freshen wekas a gáil don réitor Ambrose O'Hagney as an job anawa yenshad an cléthe. Is mílam freshen wekas a gáil the common Gotlaman Mariaul Aaron job anawa yenshad Aaron Park. On behalf of Board and Óg Mind, but I sincerely congratulate both teams on an excellent display of hurling here this evening. I would like to congratulate especially our referee and thank him for a job well done. I'd like to thank also the field committee here in St. Joseph's in preparing the ground at very short notice for this county final. Sincere congratulations to the 2 teams on a standard, a really, really high standard, and also a very, very sportsman-like display from both teams. There wasn't a bad stroke from either team, and I sincerely congratulate the clubs and the mentors involved in the preparation of the 2 teams in that regard. From a board and Óg perspective, I suppose Newmarket have levelled up the scores today by winning their second underage title. Éire Óg had previously won the under-14 and under-15A. So now it's the turn of the Blues today in winning the minor after a few weeks previously winning the under-16. So it's been a fantastic year for both clubs at underage level. And it certainly augurs well for the future of hurling in those 2 great clubs with very, very proud traditions. And that was evidence here today in the type of performance and the displays that came from both sides. So now it gives me great pleasure in calling on Anne Chaplin to present this trophy, the Willie Chaplin Memorial Trophy, to an excellent leader and captain in Paddy Collins.
Tá nás an dóin orm an Coran Seoir Glacha is a foreign and Cora Kathleen of these bunch of lads or whatever you want to call them and the club to take this cup. For the last 4 years we've been knocking on the door, but I think this year we found a key and opened it be minor champions and walk through it. I'd like to thank our managers, Dermot O'Leary, Kevin Enright, Sean McInerney, Tom Mack, James Carrick. I'd like to thank all our sponsors. Tom Ryan. I'd like to thank Tom Ryan very much for coming out to train us for last. I'd like to thank the sports bar as well for. I'd like to thank Éire for a very supporting game. 3 cheers for Éire. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. I'd like to thank Ambrose Higney and his officials for doing a great job. That's it, up the Blues.
Well, beside me, centre forward for Newmarket and Fergus, Martin Murphy, one of the most inspirational hurlers on the field today in what was a famous day for the Blues. Martin, first of all, congratulations. Can you tell us about the match itself and some of the crucial points where the game was won and lost?
The match just, as I said, was very tough, like, you know. Once a couple of our own players there came in and out of it there in patches, we had strength and depth in the panel, you know, fellas to bring on, you know, and fellas that came on and kept us going, you know.
Definitely a squad effort.
We got it, yeah, absolutely, like number 1 to 32, like, you know, and you know we had a couple of lads there to go on. They kept us going, they kept us in it, and we got a couple of breaks at the end of the day, you know. We just took it we just got the breaks at the right time, you know.
Right, and I think one of the most crucial points was that absolutely lightning start to the second half. What was said to you at half time?
Yeah, we had a couple of harsh words at half time, you know. We knew like we done too much now to lose it, you know. Éire, they got the better of us under 14 and under 16, you know. We put in a big effort this time, you know. We just said it was too much now to let go, you know, at this late stage, you know.
A huge effort, it looked like, indeed. You're absolutely delighted when you won it. Tell us about your mentors. What kind of work was done and what kind of work needs to be done to win a minor A championship?
Yeah, absolutely, you know. We'd the lads there that came with us there since the start. I don't know when it started, I can't remember back that far back, March training in the rain, you know. They came with us all year. We got help in from Tom Ryan, kept us interested in it in the late stage there. The
delay.
Yeah, it paid off in the end anyway, thanks be to God. Yeah.
Newmarket's the spot tonight, is it, Martin?
I don't know, no, it's a bit early tonight, and sure, we might go to the sports bar for one anyway.
Martin Murphy, thanks a million, man. Paddy Brennan, huge disappointment, and what was a very, very good and close contest, obviously, in that Éire dressing room now.
What you say was in the Éire dressing room?
Huge disappointment, obviously, in the Éire.
Great disappointment. Tears are falling at the moment. But that's nothing other than what I expect for such a committed bunch of young fellas. Just after being into Newmarket one, and it's nothing but elation. And deservedly so. Newmarket and ourselves have been at it hammer and tongs since they were under 12. Newmarket won the under 12. We had the better up until today. Newmarket were the better team today. Analysing it, the game was won and lost in the first 2 minutes, 3 minutes of each half. Newmarket got the breaks, they put them away.
The goals really.
The goals did the job, they did indeed. First one was a bad mistake from our defence in the first half. Their second goal was a brilliant goal. You wouldn't see it in a senior match, and it was the difference at the end. Going into the second half, I would have to put the blame on the Éire mentors, myself included. We made some changes. We thought we would put a little bit more zip around the middle of the field. It didn't work. Newmarket got through for a goal and a pint. At the end of the day, that was the difference.
It was indeed. Some of your players now are outstanding, I thought, today. Conor Constantine in particular, I thought in defence, tried his best, level best all day. It was really nip and tuck all the way, and you can see there is very, very little between the sides, so there is a future for Éire here. Again, like Newmarket, I suppose, maybe at the moment a sleeping giant in senior hurling in Clare. So there's a future for these lads.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. 11 of that team had played with the Éire junior team already this year, and 4 or 5 of them were on the senior panel, even though they didn't play. But they're worthy ambassadors of Ennis hurling, and they will be there in the future. I would say to Newmarket that when they look at that match, they'll see where there's very little difference between the sides, and I can see the day in the very near future where you will have Clarecastle the Bridge, Éire and Newmarket back on top again, and it will be up to the young players who played today. Stick with it, they'll get there. Their rewards are in the future.
Paddy, hard luck and thanks a million.
Thank you again.
Paddy Collins, captain and victorious Newmarket outfit here this afternoon. Paddy, I suppose there was a lot of hype around Newmarket during the week, but you didn't think yourself you might have been playing?
There wasn't too much hype. I knew myself, to be honest, that I was going to be playing anyway, but I know my injury was right. So I did, so once I flipping knew it, that was it. Like, I didn't mind what anybody else said. I just knew myself and I knew that the job had to be done.
So the job, of course, was done to the absolute elation in that dressing room, and it'll be a good night in Newmarket tonight.
Yeah, there is, yeah. I think it's more than what we deserve. I think, to be honest, I think we've been there both in the last 4 years, and I think it's only by right that we win this one.
I was just saying, I'm not putting the kiss of death on you now or anything, but I was just talking to Paddy Brennan from Éire there a while ago, and I told him Éire probably the sleeping giants in senior hurling Clare. Now, you'll savour the victory while it is tonight, of course, as a minor championship victory, but you think you can go on from here?
I think we can. It's a stepping stone for us, really. I think we move on now to 21 and senior. I think our next game now is 21, and hopefully we'll progress to senior, win the senior championship in the market.
And a word for your mentors, the hard work that you put in throughout the year.
It's tough, right? Like in the last 7 or 8 months, I think it's only without them, I think we wouldn't be here today, I think.
So what's the plan for this evening?
We'll go down to the market, I think, for a while anyway.
Congratulations and well done.